message needs a dove, and everything grows with a drop of love. We're all hanging on tooth and nail. It's a rocky road, this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. Every wind longs for a sail, like every campfire needs a tale. We're on this freight train going down the rail, together on this pilgrim's trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Where everything is up for sale. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. No return, baby, on the summer night. A shot of love and a spark of love to breathe. The stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on. I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. A brand new start and a whole new part. They are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe. You know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Smash, so you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe. So take your seat. All right.
Good evening. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things, and this is a special edition of the Monday night one, but I was planning this Wednesday because I thought Monday we wouldn't have any power, but turns out the hurricane keeps on slowing down and going up the coast instead of out the Atlantic instead of up the coast, so I'll have this one anyway. But this is going to be a short one, and I'll still do one on Monday. Welcome, everyone. Let me see, who do we have here? Wilmer, Steve, Black Mountain Station, Dave, Dave's Trains, Dave BNS N-Scale, retired 2009 Goss, BNSF 1982, Frank McQuillan, John Ranson. I haven't seen you in a long time, John. Wolf of the North, Elmar. Okay, let me stick his up here. I didn't put his up yet. Okay. Jerry Satterrail. Okay, this is just going to be a... Let me see. Okay, this is just going to be a free-for-all tonight. There's no general subject or no general thing going on. Just going to talk about the hurricane. We went through a hurricane about 2 years ago here, and it was really something. I had a couple of videos that I put out while I was while we was going through the hurricane. I did some live streams, and I did one afterwards. And fortunately, we made it through pretty good. We got hit hard with Irma. I think it was Category 4 when it hit the Keys, and then it slowed down. I think maybe about 3 when it hit us, but it came directly through Naples. There was one model railroader. He was from Ohio. He owned a property up in Bonita, was about 2 miles north of me. His place was totally lost. I think his channel name was Four Brothers, and he's the short one. I remember that. He's the short one on the left or something like that. But it was Four Brothers. But he... I want everybody on the East Coast to be safe. It keeps on going further and further out, but what you got to watch out for is the storm surge. That's going to be coming up and bringing high waves. When Irma came, before Irma got here, it was sucking everything out into the Gulf. So all the creeks and everything lost all its water. Everything went out to the Gulf until it came around and came up straight, and then the storm surge came. They were talking about storm surge like 6 to 12 feet, and we must have got about 2 feet. That's about it. It wasn't much. Hello, Ken. How you doing? Glad you stopped by. This is it for, let me see, Ken. And who else just stopped in? Okay, Ken's the only one. This is just a free-for-all tonight. If you got any questions or concerns, put them in the chat. We're going to talk about whatever we can talk about here. I just want to talk about the hurricane because it scared the hell out of me when Irma came. And I imagine everybody on the East Coast is feeling the same thing right now. The way it looks right now, it's not going to be a direct hit, but it's still going to be out in the Atlantic. You're going to get a lot of rain and wind and a lot of water coming up on the shore. So if you're near the shore, get the hell out of there. There's no reason to be staying around and get flooded out. So, go. This week, it's been really crazy around here. Luckily, I got gas on Wednesday because Thursday people started going nuts. We stopped down at the racetrack to pick up a soda before we went to CVS, and we had to go to Publix, and so the line started then. And it wasn't too bad. Maybe all the pumps were filled, and maybe there was 10 cars going out this way and 10 cars waiting out that way. That wasn't too bad. But, we went into CVS to pick up some prescriptions, and there's people grabbing the water over there. Okay. Hey, Dean, how you doing? Great to hear the hurricane is shifting away from you. Wow, Dean from Minnesota. Yeah, I'm really glad of that, too. I woke up this morning and I seen, it moved further out, and at the 6 o'clock news, it was even further out. I think the network news is still, talking about how bad it is, but I like this one. Better watching you than the TV. Thank you, Tim. Really appreciate that. Glad you could stop by. DJ and I would welcome you back here. I'd like to be back in Pittsburgh right now. I don't know. Is it cold there yet? I don't know. If it's cold, I'll stick it out down here. It's almost September 1st, so it's going to get a little bit chilly at night. Hi, Archie. Yeah, we're going to stay safe. All right, but getting back to we was at CVS, and people were grabbing water there, and then we had to go to Publix and pick up a few groceries, and people were crazy there. The water aisle, I mean, was completely empty, and people just go nuts down here. And I guess if you lived in Florida for a while, I mean, it's something natural. I mean, we got our stash, we got our Chef Boyardee. I forgot to bring up the can of Spam. I was going to put the can of Spam right here because Debbie picked up the ceremonial can of Spam for the hurricane. She likes Spam. I'm not too crazy about it, so. But anyway, that's. I forgot to bring it up. It's down on the counter, down in the kitchen. But yeah, we got our Chef Boyardee, we got our tuna fish, we got our water. We always have that ready all the time. In fact, we only got to use it once because when Irma came through. How you doing, Mark? Glad the hurricane is sidestepping you, Tom. Now we in the UK have to wait and see if it fizzles out before it crosses the pond. I think it'll fizzle out before it even gets up towards North Carolina, because it looked like it's fizzling out when it hits the Bahamas. Okay, not cold at all. Okay. All right, that's good to hear that it's 80 degrees up there now. That's good. When was it? Yesterday? It was 99 degrees here. It's crazy. So 80 degrees is cold for us. But we went to Walmart on Thursday just to get out, and it was even worse. The line going to the racetrack. It was about a quarter mile long going in from each side. I mean, we had a hard time getting out because, it's like a block, a long block. There's like about 5 businesses between the racetrack and the street where we go out. And it was backed up on our street. So, people were double parked in the middle of the street. We had a hard time getting out. But going down to Walmart, it's about 4 miles. There's like 5 gas stations there. Every one of them was packed. So we get to Walmart and the same thing. No water. Even the snacks, all the snacks were gone. And we just went there to get a few things, get some sodas, and we picked up some extra water there also. So, but Wolf of the North, 95 degrees here with a lot of humidity. Yeah, we've been having a lot of humidity for the last week. Rain, it rains every day. Thunder shower. We've been waking up with thunder showers in the morning and getting thunder showers in the afternoon. I mean, this is the normal. We get rain here every day in Florida, but I think this summer here is the worst yet, because twice a day it's raining now. I mean, we wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, and from thunder, it's really ridiculous. But I wanted to show you one thing here. Let me cue this thing up. I did a live stream right before the hurricane came in, and let's see if we can get this up here right now. Hey, Art, how you doing? Glad to see you. Let me pull his up here first. PDRR engineer Art in Orlando. He's a little bit closer to the bad weather than we are here, so but he'll still get some a lot of wind and rain. But here, let me pull this thing up here. Boom.
I can hear the dog. Okay, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. And right now, we're getting just a little bit of wind right now. All last night, it's been pretty quiet with rain and a little bit of wind, but not too much. So it's getting real close right now. So I just wanted to give everybody an update and to see what it was like right now. To not worry, at least yet. We got a lot of people staying in the area. We got shutters up and we got a pretty good construction on these townhouses here, so I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Probably.
That was a live stream the morning of the hurricane. It wasn't too bad there. You could see the palms in the background, but we had a good time. I mean, we spent a lot of time out there helping the other neighbors with the shutters and everything. The day of the hurricane, it came in about a little bit after 4, and luckily we didn't have power outage for too long. I mean, we were in the eye wall for about hour and 15 minutes, hour 20 minutes, really high winds, and then we got into the eye, and then all our neighbors out in the street, all the dogs out there, everybody's taking videos and saying hi, and we were still able to live stream back then because I did a video there, and then I live streamed on Facebook to let my family know that everything was okay, and then, you know, it was like maybe 20 minutes of inside the eye, maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour. We had lost power maybe about 15 or 20 minutes into the real high winds, but we still had cell service then. But on the back end of the hurricane is when we lost cell service, and we were without cell service for almost 3 weeks. It knocked almost all the towers out in this area, and the only way that we could get cell service, I had to drive down next to the antenna, the tower, and that's all you seen was cars parked around the towers, and that's the only way that you could get a message out or make a phone call was to get close to the cells until they fixed them, and it was like 3 or 4 weeks before they fixed them all. And luckily we're pretty close to a hospital. It's right at the end of a street, and so our power was restored the next day, so we weren't that bad. But there are other people out in the boonies, you know where the boonies are, you know, that's 10 miles past the sticks, down in Golden Gate Estates. I mean, you know, they have like 10 acres of nothing but woods surrounding them, and they was out of power for almost a month. So all right, who we got here? John. Youngest starting construction technologies has been busy and expensive. Let me tell you about it. Oh, I missed the first one here. Glad to hear it's staying off the coast. It's been busy summer. My oldest just started college. Youngest that. Yeah, really appreciate it. I'm really glad that it's way off. I don't like hurricanes. Let me show you this other one. I did another video. This one's 15 minutes long, but I'm not going to show you the whole thing. But this was just a little story. I just want to share it with you. If you ever wanted to know what it was like before a hurricane was coming and you were preparing for it, this is what you're going to see. Not really, but you know, we did a few things, and this is what this video is about right here. So let's take a look at it now. I think
there's a lot of things that goes on before a hurricane comes. You know, you got to get prepared for it, and you know, get your building ready for it. And there's a lot of work involved, but there's a little bit of play too. So Unfortunately, there was a lot more work than play, but we have a little bit of both of that in this video. So I'm going to do a couple of videos, this one here, and then a couple of more of during the storm and after the storm, what this place looks like after the storm. Fortunately, we came out pretty good. We didn't have as much damage as we thought. There's some holes in the roof in our building and a lot of other buildings. A lot of trees went down, but there are other places around Collier County where there is some damage. We didn't have the storm surge that we thought we were going to have, which is really good. And the stores aren't open yet. There's a couple of grocery stores open, a couple of restaurants, and that's about it through the whole county. I think 70% of the cell towers are not in operation. That's why we can't make phone calls in or out, but we can text. And earlier today, by the way, I got a hold of Curtis Hunt and Robert Sacco. They're both doing fine. Curtis lives in Okeechobee, and he said he had a little bit of damage to the skirting and the underside of his place, and Robert Sacco says he's doing good. He had some trees down, but that's about it. And while I was texting, I had to text and then hold it up like this, you know, to get a good signal. Before, I had to go out by the cell tower, and it's doing a little bit better right now. At least I could, you know, text and then hit send and then put it up like this and find a good spot, and it'll finally take it. So that's a good thing. Okay, but there's still about 60% of the county still does not have power. We're one of the fortunate ones, so I feel grateful for that. And so here's what we got for you. Well, this is Saturday morning. It went down, the canal went down a few more inches. I guess that's about as far as it's going to go, because the hurricane's going to be here in about 36 hours, and it already started blowing. We didn't expect it to start blowing until later on today, but we're getting it already. And we still got some traffic. Yeah, like at 10 miles past the sticks. That was that's a Sparky saying there. Will, how you doing, Will? Glad you can make it here. Let me get you up there. All right, 10. Here we go with another one. 10 miles to the stick. Turn left at the Red Barn. You know, somebody was giving me directions one time, and they said, make a left at the big tree. Yeah, I sure will make the layout safe. And that's why I put this up here. Oop, missed it. Where did I put that? Okay. 2 miles past the big tree. Yeah, I had to go to somebody's house, and you know, and they were giving me directions, and they said, make a left at the big tree. And then when I got down the road, I mean, it was all farmland, so it was all cleared, and there was just one tree. And make a left there. See you guys. Cooked breakfast is ready. Off to spend time with the family. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Hope you can make it on Monday. I'll still be doing the stream on Monday, unless, you know, it goes the other way and towards this way again. Advantage to modular layout. You can take it to the shelter with you. Yeah. I got to finish it first. But anyway, let me put the rest of this on here. I stopped it to make a few comments here. Traffic here not very much for a Saturday morning. Usually they lower this down before any big storms, but they didn't do it that time. This is heading and luckily it didn't go that high during the storm. I'll try to get out here. Nothing in the shopping center right now. Goodwill's closed. All the stores are closed already. Publix closed last night at 8 o'clock. I think all the hardware stores closed too. The only thing I'm concerned about is that these construction sites over here, they left their porta potties out, and they're supposed to be tied down.
Luckily, we didn't get any porta potties flying around. They they eventually got him out there later on that day, but yeah, it's really a wild experience because I'm trying to cue something up here. Okay, for this next one, it's a really wild experience. I wasn't expecting what really happened, and I was planning the whole time, once the hurricane was there and while we was in the house, I was going to take some videos, and talk about it, and never happened. Let me show you what I got up here next.
They left their porta potties out, and they're supposed to be
It's coming.
tied down.
I couldn't pinpoint it down to the very second.
Well, it's
Here we
11
go.
o'clock, almost 11 o'clock. We just got Andrew's shutters up on his second unit. He woke me up at 7 o'clock this morning, and we finished up his one unit that's in my building and went down to the other unit and finished up when he panicked the other day and stripped out everything and knocked all the anchors out, so we had to drill new anchors in there. So we finally got it done, and it's starting to thunder already, and you can see the clouds coming. I think Debbie said that the Keys was already getting a little bit of rain or something like that. I'm not sure, but I've been out. It's been 4 hours already. Finally, we're done. Now we have to watch the storm. I forgot about our slider. Had to put the last panel on, and so there goes all the clouds over there. Getting close. Getting closer. Finally get to sit down on my couch, and there's Debbie right there, and we're watching the weather.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather's on from, what was it, yesterday? Or, no, what, Thursday night?
I had a bug crawling on my
They
shirt.
had it on Thursday night. I think they quit because we watched Colbert Thursday night. But Friday morning from 4:30, and it's been on 4:30 a.m. It's been on since then. And I told my neighbor to come and get me at 10 o'clock, and I'll give you a hand. So he was ringing my doorbell at 7 o'clock this morning. But it's 11 o'clock and we got everything done, so I'm glad we did, because it was already thundering out there, and we got some pretty heavy clouds already, and watching the weather right here, they said 20-mile-an-hour winds already, so it's starting to pick up already. So we'll just be sitting here hoping it passes. It's going to pass, but it's going to make a loud noise when it passes.
Rick wanted to see if we could borrow Tom's ladder for the back. So we're going to try and hook up the guys, our next door neighbors.
Okay, it's here.
Most of us had our shutters on by now, but one of our neighbors who was renting
I'll grab it.
didn't have any shutters to put up because his landlord took them.
You gonna put a sky hook up on the end of that ladder there? It's about 3:30 on Saturday, and about less than 24 hours from now, we're gonna have all kind of wind and stuff here. Irma's gonna be here, and I just wanted to show you what the water level looks like on the pond that we have here, in between all the units.
Yeah, that wasn't too much going on right then, but the night before we had a good time, and while we were waiting, let me see if I can. I'm going to bring you up to the night before, because we was out at midnight doing things.
And And still you could hear the frogs chirping away. Now at 20 after 9, the hurricane finally made its turn. They announced it around 9:30. And every once in a while we'll get a pretty good downpour and then some wind, but not too severe yet. I mean, you can see on this side it's not hitting the palms as much as on that side over there. They're getting a little bit more, and the wind's going from west to east, so this direction here is east. That's it's going from east to west. I got it backwards. That is towards the Gulf, the way I'm pointing right now, and then that way over there is toward Miami.
We're gonna see each other, we're gonna talk each other for, you know? We're gonna catch up all the time that you don't see each other. Don't get twisted. Are you disappointed? Are you disappointed? You do like me? You do. Then
Yeah, the very worst part of the hurricane is afterwards, because everything's closed, no power. The grocery stores didn't have any power for, I think, almost a week afterwards. Some of them did. You know, the one Publix that was close to us was right across the street from where the little hospital is, so they was able to have power. But most of the other stores didn't, and no restaurants were open. I think finally, after about 10 days, Chick-fil-A was open. They finally had power on Airport Pulling Road, and the cleanup afterwards, it was crazy. There was, they had to clear all the trees from everywhere, and they had these staging areas in empty lots where they would take all the trees, and then finally, I'd say 8 or 9 months later is when they finally took them out, and they all ended up in North Fort Myers. They had this big area up there. You could see it, you would able to see it off of I-75, where they had all the trees, and it was just stacks and stacks and stacks of brush, and it's still there after 2 years. I mean, they're slowly mulching it up and getting rid of it, but it's still there, and I mean, it's a mess. We took a ride the day after. My next door neighbor is a manager of the dry cleaners in downtown Naples, so we took them down there, and I mean, we had to go in and out of the streets like this because of the trees everywhere, and we found, and they were talking about, this real high storm surge in Naples, and they never got it. We didn't know if they got it or not, because we didn't have any power. Whatever we had, we got from the cell phone, and so found out that there was no storm surge, there was no water up in Naples, just trees down everywhere. We did, there was a couple of areas that got hit really hard, and it's always the trailer parks. There's one trailer park, nothing touched it. It looked perfectly fine. Across the street from it, half the trailers were damaged and gone. And that's just how it is. It was the same way when I was in Texas. We had tornadoes coming through there. I don't know if they were really tornadoes or they were really bad storms, but I can remember this was back in the early 70s. A trailer park had just got totally destroyed after a storm. And so that's the bad part about it. I said I wanted to keep this short. It's almost an hour now, so I'm going to put on another video. If you want to stay and watch it, go ahead. Let me see, how long is it? It's 30 minutes long, it's my story after it. I put it out 2 years ago after, Orma. If you want to watch it, go ahead, watch it. I'll be here monitoring. If you want to keep chatting amongst yourself, go ahead. This is just, an update on what to see, what people feel when they experience something for the first time. I never been through a hurricane before, before Irma. I mean, when I lived up in Annapolis, in 1999 we had a hurricane come up that way. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it wasn't real high winds. We had a lot of rain for almost 3 days straight, and where I lived, we had these really old trees in the backyard, and I was worried about those because we lost power. My wife at the time went out to all the Home Depot and Lowe's, and they had Heckingers back then. And since it was in 1999, you remember the Y2K deal. Everybody had walls of you walk in Costco, you walk in Sam's Club, you walk in Home Depot, everywhere, Lowe's, and they had walls of generators stacked up from floor to ceiling. So she went out to find a generator, and she went to every store, and everybody was sold out. So we was out of power, and our basement got flooded, and me and my son were down there. The sump pump stopped, so we're trying to bail it out of the sump pump and throw it down the sink. And we couldn't get it fast enough. We ended up with about 6 inches of water in the basement, but the insurance covered everything. All right, Art, we'll see you later. Ken, we'll see you later. Okay, we'll see you later. And Wolf, take care. All right, that's all I got to say about it. That's all I got to say about it. Just everybody on the East Coast. I know Curtis. He's over in Lake Okeechobee. Curtis Hunt. He's still going to get a lot of stuff over there. Tolga, East Coast. He's a kid that lives in Miami. He's a model railroader. He does excellent work. He does a lot of Lego stuff too. He's in Miami. I know he's probably heading out someplace because they're going to hit hard. Miami always gets hit hard. And who else is up on the East Coast? What was that guy's name? His shed just burnt down. He's on the East Coast too. I mean, he's going to get hit pretty hard with the water and the wind. Okay. So everybody on the East Coast, good to see you're safe. Mother Nature is so unpredictable, that's for sure. Even if Dorian is just a rain event here, there will be a lot of flooding. The St. John's is already near flood stage. That's how it is down here. I mean, we don't have any rivers at this end. Down in Naples they have a river. It's all tidal, but they got canals here all through there. That's our drainage, but they're at maximum right now. And I don't know why they haven't been draining them. Usually, they'll drain them. See you, Wilbur. Yeah, they don't drain them. So we always get a lot of rain, and so that's the only thing that I'm concerned about. Okay, Mark. Take care. Good night. It's 1 a.m. You're up late. My goodness. Thanks for stopping by. All right, John. See you later. Okay, I'm gonna I'm going to stop talking here. I'm still going to be here, but I'm going to show the other video. I want to wish everybody a good weekend. Don't forget to stop by on Monday. Monday's going to be a regular Monday night live stream. We're going to have all the regular stuff on there. And I'll try not to... I got one more thing to say. I had to go down to Xfinity and complain down there because I was on a chat, typing chat with a representative for almost 2 hours about this data cap on my internet. And, what came out of it, he said, I'm going to have to pay another $50 to get unlimited. You only have cyclones. What's the difference? So you're boxing up your rolling stock in waterproof boxes. They're still in boxes from the last time. I never took them out. I got everything in totes. I learned my lesson. But what was I saying? Oh, lost my train of thought again. Okay. I can't play the replay here. Remind me, what was I talking about? I know it was something important. Oh, Xfinity. Yeah, after almost 2 hours of typing, back and forth with this guy, he said, well, for $50 more, you can have unlimited. And I said, I knew that was what he was going to say. So I says, I'm not satisfied with this. I need to talk to your supervisor, which I've been telling him the whole time. He says, well, I'll escalate this to the next higher level, and somebody will contact you shortly. Nobody ever called. So what happened was I went down to Xfinity and told them the story there. Yeah, Xfinity, Comcast. And I talked to one guy. He says, well, I've just been trained as a salesman, so I'm not too keen on what the issue would be with that. So let me get my supervisor. So I got the supervisor there. And so I told him the story, and he says, no problem. He got on the computer. For another $2, we'll change your modem, and you'll have unlimited data. It's called Xfinity Advantage. He says, do you want us to check your Wi-Fi? And he says, I don't use anything on Wi-Fi. I have everything wired up. He says, no problem. $2 a month. We'll put it on the bill for the modem, and you'll be all set. You'll have unlimited internet. And I said, thank you. Thank you. So now I could stream all I want. Okay, wait a minute. All right, so Xfinity, yeah. Thanks, Tom. Always interesting, fun. Your best wishes, and you get through this big event. Yeah, thank you, Dean. Thanks for stopping by. In the southern hemisphere, cyclones spin the opposite direction. Does the water go in the opposite? Let me see. The hurricane goes this way, so it'll go that way. Does the water, when it goes down the drain, does it go the opposite way too? I heard that. Is that true? Send your rolling stock over here. I'll look after it for you. You may not want my rolling stock because it's all junk. It's all stuff that I picked up at train stores with the horn hook couplers on it that one day I may work on and put new trucks and new couplers and weather them. So they're sitting in totes on the to-do shelf. All right. But anyway, I got sidetracked again. Don't mind me. But I said I was going to put this video on here. This is from 2 years ago after the Irma. Only on The Simpsons. All right. No, so let me get going with this. Which one is this here? I gotta see. Is this? Oh, I can't remember what the name of it is, but here we go. Here we go with another episode of Tom's Trains and Things, and this one's going to be about the day that Irma came through Naples, Florida, September 10th, 2017. It was a really scary day, and we didn't know what to expect. And we stood outside and we took videos and then came inside when the hurricane was here. So we're going to show you something about it, and I hope you learned something from it, because we sure did. And thanks for watching. In this one we have a few clips from the doorbell, and also I did some on Instagram that I have included in here, and the ones that I already posted Thank you all
on
for stopping by.
YouTube. There was
really
3 that I
appreciate
did
it.
on the day of
I'll
the
be here
hurricane
watching this
that
video.
I'm not going to do over again, but you'll see in the beginning of this I have some from the doorbell and post that I put on Instagram.
It's about 30 minutes long, so if you don't stick around, I understand.
And then after that, it's just shots from
If you do, I appreciate it.
the storm as it was approaching, and you'll be able to see from
And
the
while
clips
you're at
how the wind picks
Here, let me
up
put
as
that
the
upper.
day goes on. Hope you enjoy it.
Look at that, the white screen. This is nothing. Oh, Tom, come on, guys. You're doing the application. Come on.
Every once in a while we got to pop outside to see what's going on, because we got the shutters on the window and can't see anything. And we've seen a lot of neighbors out there. We got a lot of people staying in this area, so everything's going to be all right. I just wanted to let all of you know that. Love y'all. Oh, it's a little bit after 9.
Wow.
Hello, it's getting windy now, huh?
Yeah,
Oh man,
crazy.
look at that. Alright, we got our tablet over here connected up to our security camera on the lanai. Since we got shutters in the back, we can't look out the back, but we could keep an eye on it. As long as we got power, we'll be able to do that, but I got a couple of battery backups that I took off the computer, and then we got one on the TV also. Well, I don't know how good I can get it, but there's a tree down over there on the sidewalk. You can see it underneath the tree by the building, but that's where our mailboxes are. It's about not quite noon yet, and every once in a while we're getting some pretty strong gusts of wind. But so far, I don't think we're up to 40 miles an hour sustained yet, so we're getting there. But we're starting to hear little creaks and stuff in the house. But it's picking up. Okay, now we're getting some gusts. Every once in a while we'll get some really good gusts like this. But I'm sure they're going to be a lot worse as the day goes by. Move it down this way. Take a look down that way. That's looking like southwest. Yeah, that tree's down over there.
And wind's starting
Yeah,
to
it's a
pick
little
up
bit
now.
more severe right now. Show this way.
As the day went on and I was posting some videos on YouTube, I was getting comments from a few viewers about how the wind was picking up, and I really appreciate those comments. It scared the hell out of us even more. But no, just kidding. But anyway, you know, all those comments that I was getting after I posted the live shots and the recorded videos on YouTube, they really helped out a lot in knowing that, you know, everybody was watching and concerned about what was going on here. And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It is really picking up now.
Getting a little worse now.
I just walked out the door and we just got
That
a
was
big
about-
gust of wind.
Let me see, it came around
See
4:15.
the palms.
So that was 3.5 hours before the eyeball.
And this isn't even the worst of it. This is just the start. And it gets like this, it gets really windy and it'll die down for a little bit. And then really windy again and die down for a little bit. Down that way. Take a look down that way, and that's a retention pond down there. I'll just keep an eye on the level on that. We got a wide ways to go before that gets flooded. It's been like this all day, but they seem to be getting stronger and stronger. And there went another thing on the skirt to get down here. Yeah, it'll start picking up again, but it's slowing down. We're getting closer to a high wall. It's probably only 5 miles away. The real hard stuff. Yeah, he already crossed that number, I-75.
It is?
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
The eye is supposed to go right over top of downtown Maple.
And the guy was reporting from Pine Ridge in 41.
Yeah, I've been watching Wink. Okay, so the leading edge is probably only 4 miles away.
I was telling them, this happens every 57 years. Today,
Yeah.
I only have 54. I'm not going to live 57.
Yeah, I won't live that long.
I cannot miss this.
Hey, what are you doing over there? Huh?
This is unbelievable protection.
I know, yeah.
We cannot get it.
No. Yeah, just wait till it gets closer when it starts coming this way. This is amazing.
This guy, he goes.
This guy was nuts. He's not our neighbor. He was just staying with our neighbors.
Where's the child?
They're gonna go flying away.
It was running. I don't know. Is that the bear?
Yeah, that's the bear. Yeah,
That's the bear.
that's the bear. Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching the video and that's what.
Oh man, we're even getting waves on the retention pond over there.
Oh, that's true though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you see the little waves?
Wow.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you're just stopping in, this is a video from about 2 years ago when Hurricane Irma was just about to hit us.
Yeah, I'll move back for that.
A coisa mais linda que tem. A coisa mais linda. A coisa mais linda que tem. É linda, é linda. Ah, it's so beautiful. Oh. This is the eye, I believe.
My daughter's gonna kill me when she sees these videos.
This is the eye, do you believe?
The eye wall.
Yeah, eye wall. Eye wall.
Not that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This must be the eye wall.
Yeah.
There's so much water coming up. Put it on the phone.
Behind you.
This sound is amazing.
yeah, it is. Wow.
In a few minutes, we had to go inside because it was getting really bad.
This is a very good place here. It's the other side, you couldn't be the other side.
No,
This is
Yeah.
This will be a
This is
VIP
perfect.
spot.
Yeah. Prime real estate.
We're being blessed.
Yeah.
We're being blessed. It is closed, yeah. It is closed. Yeah. We're coming. We're coming.
Okay, so we're here. Mom is like so mad.
There you go. There you go. He's the man.
Oh my god.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper.
Coming out the road.
Getting blown away. Yeah.
Just watch yourself.
Yeah? I don't know, something for that one.
Oh man.
Wow.
Don't worry guys, I have my door on the handle.
Man, he's crazy standing out there. Yeah,
He's
I
holding,
would.
he's holding well though. He's up. Just watch yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that. Yeah.
The whole thing.
Be careful out there. Oh man, look at that.
Were we crazy or what?
Man, that's really picking up now.
Yeah. I don't see any damage at all.
Just the shingles coming off. Yeah, we got the yeah, we got the camera on. We could watch the camera in the back, and there's a couple of shingles laying out in the back. I'm surprised we still have. I'm surprised we still have power.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. You do.
Yeah. What time is it right now? 4:09.
It is here.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
My goodness. I can't believe that guy was out walking on the sidewalk. It's crazy.
I thought we
If you're
had.
just stopping
Yeah.
in, this is a replay of Hurricane Irma from 2 years ago. Not current.
Such a unique scene.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's hard to describe it.
I know.
Hey. So much power. Oh, the light.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, getting dark enough, huh?
The sound is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Wow. Look at that.
While all this was going on, we had no idea how close the hurricane was coming back toward us. We had no idea how close it was coming because it was supposed to be going through downtown Naples, is what we heard on the television. We still had power at this time, but soon afterwards it went out when the rain and the wind got really heavy. But I plotted out this this graph right here, or this map right here, to show you how close it came and what times they were at 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is Collier County and Lee County, and it came straight up and then turned over towards Naples and then came back towards us. You know, this whole week we were, I was thinking, whenever the hurricane is here and then we're hunkered down, I'm going to take a video while we're inside. That never happened. I'll try to stay out of the rain this time.
Amazed, shocked. I can't explain the feeling of how it was when the hurricane was actually upon us. We just sat there and waited for it to get over, and it lasted for about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes of real heavy winds. The freight train coming through, and it lasted that long. So now you'll see we come out at the eye where it calmed down a bit. Uh-huh. Yeah, the gutter. And a couple of trees down. Which way are you going? Well, we're not really getting the eye. We're right on the edge. It's slowed down a lot since we got the highest part of the wind. We had about an hour of really strong winds. Now this is light compared to what we had. Yeah, that's bad. That's that one's coming up. That one's up. Yeah, that one's uprooted. You hear the frogs.
Hey,
I want to
William,
turn this around and take a
glad
look
you
at our
stopped
roof.
by.
Well,
This is a replay of Hurricane Irma
Can't
from
see
2 years ago.
there's a couple trees over there too.
Good night,
There's the
Dave.
pond.
Thanks for stopping by.
It's up pretty high. Oh man, our roof has got it too. On the end. That lake is up pretty high.
Yeah, you can see a lot of the shingles coming up on that building over there. We still had cell service at this time,
That's building
and we
6.
lost a few trees and a lot of shingles, and the water came up just a little bit. Wasn't as bad as we thought it would be. Oh yeah, we lost some downspouts too.
Fun! You on YouTube? This will be on there. Oh man, look at that tree down there. It's in the middle of the street. Everybody's bringing their dogs out. Hey, you made it back, huh? Yeah, there's a lot of shingles off of our roof too. Man, look at that tree down there.
I kind of figured that was nail. Well, when this happened, I had to put everything in boxes. I thought I was going to lose. We were going to lose the roof before it actually started. But we fared pretty good.
Okay, we're starting to pick up again.
Underneath your car.
There's a lot of shingles missing up there on the end, over top of Andrew's place. There's trees out there. Back in the back there, there's a lot of trees down in the ponds up real high.
That's why it's outside.
Uh-huh. Well, we're not really getting the center of the eye. We're just on the edge. Say hi, baby. All right. Alrighty.
Yeah, this one's going to
That's
miss
only
us.
half of it.
Yeah, it's going to end up out in the Atlantic someplace.
Yeah, this intermission.
Probably end up in North Carolina.
Okay. We fared pretty good on that so far. Now the rain's starting to come again. Okay, now that we're in the, not quite the eye of it, we might be on the right on the edge, and there's a lot of trees coming down, and everybody's out here taking pictures and doing videos, but I thought I'd do this right here. We have some downspouts blown off, a bunch of trees, the pond in the back is real high, and it's starting to pick up again. So we're not really getting a good center of the eye. We're right on the edge, so we got almost an hour and 15 minutes of heavy wind, and the people that were closer to the center of the eye only got about 45 minutes of wind. So it's starting to pick up again. I mean, it never really cleared up, but the wind just died down. So here's what it looks like. A lot of trees, a lot of shingles on all the buildings. But we're okay. Let me turn around. Okay, I'm okay. Debbie's okay, and everybody else is okay here. I hate that we have to do this vertical, because I didn't. It's not so bad. The wind's going the opposite direction. Little bit more.
Yeah, the way it looks like it's going now, it's going to hit up towards North Carolina someplace.
Storm surge isn't.
But hopefully by the time it gets up there, it's not going to be that strong.
And the one tree that was leaning to the right is now leaning to the left. That is an experience we will never forget. I'm recording this on Saturday. What's today's date? On the 16th. Things are just starting to get back. I wouldn't say normal yet. There's still about, I think, 80,000 residents in Collier County alone without power. We were able to find a Chick-fil-A open today. It was the first time, and we got some sandwiches and fries and a can of soda. Still, there's a lot of places that aren't open yet. Even though Chick-fil-A was open, Culver's 2 doors down was still not open.
William, we're
the
in
McDonald's
Naples,
down the
Florida.
street
That's
wasn't
Southwest
open.
Florida.
It's just hit and miss where the power is back
Right
on.
across the state from Fort Lauderdale.
We had
opposite end
to
of the
drive
state.
about 15-20 minutes just to get Debbie's prescriptions, and luckily there was no line there at Walgreens, and there was a BP gas station right in front of it, and we pulled right up to the pump. Up until yesterday, there was lines because of the lack of gas stations that were open. But we're getting back there, and I hope while you watch this that you learn something about it.
The part going up to the hurricane, it's scary, but during it and afterwards is even scarier.
Well, thank you all for sitting in here and watching that. That was put that out 2 years right after Irma came through. I really appreciate for you stopping by. That's all I got for right now. I got some more, but I don't think you'll sit here all night watching it. But I'm going to leave you at that. You could stick around and chat between yourself. I want to hope everybody that's on the East Coast to be safe, stay out of the water. Hopefully this thing will die down and keep going out to the Atlantic. Like I said earlier, it's heading up towards North Carolina was what it looked like, what the 6 o'clock report does. I think they updated at 5 o'clock and 11 o'clock. I'd have it on my cell phone, but this year National Hurricane Center app is $4.99 a month. You have to pay a subscription for it. So maybe I'll put the Wink app back on and follow the hurricane like that, because that's probably the best one in this area anyway. Wink News. Jim Farrell's been around for forever, probably older than I am. But thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate it. Don't forget Monday night. We'll have a live stream then. And let me see what we put this thing up here. Okay. Talk amongst yourself. I'll leave this up for a few minutes longer. And until the next time, we'll see you. And stay safe, please.